It's so funny because the setup of this video took so long to get going, and now that it's set up, I just want to bask in the glory of like literally putting all of these things into motion, like setting the camera up, getting the monitor on, putting the microphone in, setting up this light, putting that light on, putting that light on, making sure my room is somewhat presentable to you guys. I mean, I'm sure this is bothering me too. All of that stuff. Give me 1 second. Actually, this is the merch. I'll talk about this later. So one of the big things that I want to talk about with you guys is why put in the effort? Why put out such a large output with minimal input? And this all sort of stems from a series of comments that I've read within my YouTube page that I really want to respond to. First of all, I'm so thankful for them. A lot of them sort of go like this: Zach, your videos are of such high quality. I don't know why your viewership is so small. Zach, your viewership is really low. You should have more subscribers. In that sort of realm, I'm sort of paraphrasing here, but why I love that, first of all, like, thank you guys so much for writing that. I'm really happy that you believe in the stuff that I'm making, and it really makes me feel, just gives me all the warm and fuzzies on the inside, and just gives me courage and support to know that what I'm doing is right, and that I should keep doing it, and the quality that you guys love. But the one thing I want everyone to sort of hear, for those of you who are starting out in YouTube, or maybe you're sort of in the same space that I'm at, is the number one thing that you need to keep in mind is that like I am succeeding. I am doing very well, and not talking about like finances or talking about viewership or talking about any of that sort of stuff. Like, me as a creator and just as a human being, like, I feel like I'm very successful in the realm, and I don't think metrics or numbers should really equate to success on YouTube to a certain extent. To sort of clarify, like, the beginning of this year, I was able to make YouTube a full-time thing, like making online content my full-time job. I don't have to do corporate videos, event videos, no more wedding stuff. Like, at the beginning of this year, I was able to transition and pivot over to making just this stuff my full-time thing. Between this and working with a couple other people, I've just love that this has become a thing, and it has only grown. Like, literally within the past year, I think I've gained close to like 30,000 subscribers, which, even just saying that's crazy. Like, that's a lot of people. That's a ton of people out there. That's a lot of viewers just watching my stuff and being impacted. So there's been a lot of pros, and just because, you know, my subscriber count is really low in comparison to, let's say, the big creators out there with millions of followers, it doesn't mean that I'm not succeeding on my own planet. My planet is still flourishing and doing really well, and yes, I could probably have more viewers, and yes, my viewership is a tiny etch in a big table called YouTube, but the thing is, like, things are going great, and I really just, first of all, I'm so thankful for having the support of you guys and having the support and followers that I do have. But for those of you who are kickstarting your channel, don't think that you need to get millions of followers to be a successful creator and be happy creating. And there's so many things that I'm thankful for. Everything from the fact that I'm so much more creative now, that I'm able to do this full time, to the collaborations that I get to do and the conversations that I get to have. But I think the number one thing is, even though, you know, 30,000 or 50,000 plus is a huge number, like, to me, the biggest impact is knowing that each one of those viewers is a human being. Each one of those people are real people. So every single time I get this, like, the comments of you saying that, like, the video changed you or changed your perspective, or thank you so much for this knowledge, like, that really leaves the biggest impact of gratefulness on my end. So that's the side of, you know, viewership and having a big scale. But another big side of this coin is, why have such a big output when the input isn't as big? And why make something of high quality? Why put a lot of time into the projects that you're working on? I mean, if you're dedicating so much time, shouldn't you see a big benefit on the way in? The number one thing that I always play on my head is, you never know who's watching. That means that might be a potential brand that wants to work with you. That could mean someone who just needs your content to sort of inspire them. That could be a collaboration just waiting to happen. Or the most important one, that person is you in the future watching it. Whenever you make something of a lower quality, and believe me, I know I have a lot of experience in making stuff that I kind of regret, you look back on it and be like, why did I just cut corners there? Like, why didn't I put a fuller effort into something? I always make sure that the videos that I output are always to a level that I am happy about. And I'm like super obsessive, like in the editing suite. I even take time to do all this stuff. And it's so ironic that this video of all videos, I'm probably not putting the most time into. For those of you who are like, oh, I wanted B-roll, I wanted like cool B-roll sequences. I'm sorry that there wasn't one. I know there's like the cool astronaut B-roll footage, but I mean, outside of that, I don't really have anything else to put in here. I really just wanted to speak to you guys. But the number one thing is you just have to put the effort in, because the number one problem is if you don't put the effort in, there's two different things. You're gonna slowly get lazy in your content creation, and you're gonna regret that you didn't put the extra time in. And the biggest thing is like the time that I put into a project doesn't always equate to more viewers either. And I know that equation doesn't always work. I could work on a video for like a week or a month, put it out, and it gets, let's say, 1,000 viewers. And then I could work on a video for like a couple hours, and that could get 100,000 viewers. Like, it really, the quality doesn't always equate to viewership, but it always equates to happiness from the creator. If I am willing to put the time into a project and knowing that it's not gonna get a big viewership, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to make it that good because I'm just passionate about it. Like, at the end of the day, I am so passionate about what I do that I don't really care if it's something that I put 100 hours into and only 10 people watched or even one person watched. If I'm happy with putting that time in, that's me putting the time in because I wanted to. It's not because someone's telling me to do that. And I think a lot of you should recognize that the effort, the output that you put into shouldn't be for anyone else but yourself. You should always put the time that you want to put into it and be happy with what you're putting into it. If you're making stuff to satisfy a trend or to satisfy a viewer that you don't even know if is watching your stuff, then that's not really going to satisfy you in the long run. You should make stuff that's just satisfying you at the very beginning. Like, make your top bar satisfying you as a creator. If it doesn't reach that satisfaction, figure out how it can. Maybe lower your personal bar, maybe raise your quality to get there. You can always make your stuff better, and viewership doesn't always equate to happiness from a creator's perspective. People who have a lot of viewers might not be happy with the content that they're creating. People who are creating content with little viewers might be really happy with the stuff that they're doing. Above all, I want to say thank you for your support out there. I am doing this because I love it. I'm doing it because I'm successful at it in formats of happiness. And I want to keep creating. I want to keep putting time into things. And a lot of this just stemmed from this video that I made today. I just wrapped up today. And for those of you who haven't seen it, you guys can check it out in the description below. It's my airplane mode day video. I put a lot of time and a lot of effort into it. So for those of you who want to see like a higher quality video that I'm like really proud of, you can check that out. But I put all that effort in for no other reason other than to just make me satisfied as a creator. And finally, this is the merchandise that I have. Check it out. This is a shirt that I made. I'm doing a terrible job advertising it. If you guys are interested in picking up the Be Present shirts, it's a mentality that I really strive towards, I really think about. And for those of you who are like, what does Be Present mean? Why would you make a shirt of that? I'll also include a link to another short film that I'm like really happy with, which is called The Death of Presents, that talks a little bit about why being present that's my tattoo. I got it tattooed on my arm. Why being present is so valuable. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully there's a little bit of info in here that you can get out of. And if you guys have different opinions on this and you think, Zach, you're speaking a load of garbage, I don't like what you're saying, let me know. Send me a DM on Instagram or tell me in the comments. Let the whole world know what you think about what I just said. That's it. That's all. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching me blabble for a bit. And hit that subscribe button if you like watching this stuff. And if you don't have to. That's it. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.